if you've read my book or even you've just gotten started on it, you know that what it's full of are kind of the little bits of wisdom and the techniques and the strategies and the simple stuff that I know I need to get people doing in order to achieve their health and fitness goals, which is why they hire me in the first place. Hello, everybody. John Ashworth, the Fitness Nomad. I just happened to have a long conversation with a client today, and it's around one of these concepts, which isn't in the first book, but will definitely be in the second book of wisdom, Fitness Nomad Book of Wisdom, and that is this. That this idea that it's all or none when it comes to your exercise and your weight loss program and your fitness program in general, that either you're doing it all to a T or why the heck should I even bother, is a ridiculous notion. Instinctively, you must know that you can't ever get everything done. Life is crazy. Things are happening that are out of your control that you have to react to, and you can do the best job possible to keep control of those things, but then ultimately you're going to have to adapt and adjust, and that's why the all or none doesn't work. This poor woman was struggling with that idea that all her life it's been all or none, and that she could almost always make up for a lack of proper eating habits when she was younger with more exercise and more intense exercise and this whole all or none concept. And the problem is now she's older and her joints aren't cooperating and her body's not cooperating to the same degree. So it's more difficult for her to burn more calories. And so she's having a really hard time knowing where to start. And I think that's where people get stuck with this all or none concept, is they get to thinking that it's all or none because they're not putting enough stock in the little things, the simple things that help you be successful. So, for example, she's trying to get through the holiday season and get started on this weight loss program at the same time, and she's got all kinds of stuff going on and trying to figure out how to balance it all, and how is she going to do with her nutrition when she has family in town for Thanksgiving, etc. And I'm saying scrap all of that and let's get down to the simple things this week. Let's get you through the next 6 days. And that's what this article that you see behind me on the screen is all about, is the idea that simplifying the process, getting down to simple things like cleaning your house or mowing your lawn or going out and shoveling snow if it happens to be wintertime as it does now. These things add up over time. And in this study that the researchers did, and connected to this module is a link to this article on my blog, which you can go and read in more detail, and I'm just going to give you the gist of it now. This recent study, researchers in Europe turned to a large database of health information about middle-aged British civil servants aged 35 to 55 years old. The results showed that any type of physical activity was associated with an increased lifespan. Any type of physical activity. So what this means is just getting up and moving around. Getting up out of your chair and moving around, maybe going up the stairs a couple of times and doing that repeatedly throughout the day, even if you only did it once a day, is likely an improvement on what you're usually doing when you're sitting and working all day, and will add up over time, and it will increase your lifespan. Now, is it going to bring you dramatic weight loss and body transformation? Probably not, but it's definitely going to improve your life and your overall sense of well-being and your energy levels throughout the day significantly. And so that's what they found, that even things like housework and mowing the lawn can increase your time here on Earth, which is good, because that means you'll be around much longer to continue to take care of all those chores, right? So that was reinforcing this idea that most of the benefits of exercise come from doing not as much as you think, and that's what this program is really all about, this December challenge or this 30-day challenge, depending on when you signed up for this class. I call it the December challenge at the end of the year, that just doing something every day, and that's what I'm trying to do with these videos that I'm bringing you every day, is to inspire you, to motivate you, to do one little thing today that makes you stronger and fitter and better than you were the day before. Because if you get stuck in this all or none, you're always going to be frustrated, and you can always build on what you did yesterday and what you did last week and what you did over the last 2 months. Progression in small steps. is the key. And that's really a theme. In the 20 plus years that I've been doing this work, it's a minority of people that come into my programs and turn their life upside down and start eating perfectly, doing their 2 to 3 days of strength training every week, getting their cardiovascular exercise in, and transforming their lives. And of course, they're doing that with the help of a one-on-one fitness coach, myself, and that makes it easier. It's still no guarantee because you have to take action on your own, but it makes it easier. So here you are out there doing this thing completely on your own. What can you do today to make yourself stronger and better than you were the day before? And what can you do to get yourself off of this idea that it has to be all of this great stuff or nothing, and that there's no in between? Of course, there's plenty of in between, and that's what you're going to see in each of these additional videos that comes out. I put this module and this topic on day 5, maybe a little bit early. I probably could have threw it in next week, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about it next week as well in one of these modules. But it's very easy to get very excited about something new, especially a new health and fitness program in the early stages, and then by day 5, you've tried to fit things in, you've tried to eat better, you've tried to plan your meals, you've tried to do whatever it is you've tried to do, and it hasn't gone perfectly, and you start to think, geez, is it all worth it? Forget about the all or none. What can you do today to make you more energized, healthier, and fitter, even if it's just a little thing? So that's your assignment for today. The little thing you're going to do today is to read this article, and I encourage you to also listen to this really short podcast that I included with this article called The Bare Minimum. What is the bare minimum amount of exercise that you need to be successful? It's not nearly as much as you think, and you can listen to the podcast for details on that. Welcome to day 5. Good luck. Be sure to check off your exercise goal below, and I look forward to having you the rest of the way. This is John Ashworth, the Fitness Nomad.